Welcome to MKS Performance and Off-Road. Thanks to our friends over at Dudes Diesel Performance for sponsoring this video and providing the products for demonstration. In this video, we will be demonstrating how to install a set of Dudes Diesel Performance tow mirror light harnesses. These harnesses are plug and play for 2013 to 18 Ram 15 to 3500. These harnesses, once installed, are intended to turn your tow mirror turn signal lights into daytime running lights that still function as turn signals. Let's cover what you'll receive in your package from Dudes Diesel Performance. So when you first get your package, you'll receive two harnesses. You'll have one that is labeled for driver's side and one that's labeled for passenger side. On these harnesses, you have them labeled here on the connector. Looks like it has a D here, and then there's a P on this connector. Make sure you install to the appropriate side. Once these are installed, you will need to enable these with Alpha OBD if you do not have ambient backlit door handles or ambient backlit door lights. So be sure to check out our next video in the Alpha OBD playlist to show you how to enable these. These will make the turn signals on the 13 to 18 Rams into running lights with turn signals. No cutting wires, no spliced wires, no pulling wire through the doors into the cab. They just plug into the door modules inside the driver and passenger doors. For these to work, you must have either a truck equipped with the ambient backlit interior door handles or Alpha OBD software to enable the backlit interior door handles circuit. These are switchback circuits, so the behavior is when the turn signal is switched on, the running lights drop out and the turn signal blinks on, off, not bright, brighter, bright, brighter. Since these are run off of the ambient lit door handles, they are a dimmable circuit. If the dimmer wheel is turned all the way down, the running lights will be a little dimmer. The mirror running lights do not come on when the truck is remotely started. They do come on when the doors are remotely unlocked or when a proximity handle is grabbed. They come on whenever a door is opened and fade off when all doors are closed. They will be on anytime the headlights are on or the parking lights are on. Before we get started, let's cover some of the tools we're going to need to aid you in this install. First off, you're going to need Torx bits. You need a T20 Torx in order to take off a few bolts. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch ratchet and extension, a pair of side cutters, some zip ties to tidy up your work once it's done, and some interior panel tools to remove your panels without marring them or scratching them. All right, let's go get into the truck and see how we can get these installed. First thing you're going to do is remove the sail panel, and then we're going to start popping loose the controls and the cover right here. Once you have this removed, go ahead and just disconnect it and get it out of your way. You can go ahead and use a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver. I'm using a number 2, and just remove your screw here. You can go ahead and use your T20 and remove these little Torx screws, and once you have them unscrewed, these just go ahead and pop out. All right, at this point we have all 6 of our T20 Torx fasteners out. They're little plastic, almost like pop pins. I can show them to you here. Look like this. They have this little T20 Torx that goes inside of them, and it literally just pushes down in there or screws down in. Okay, so we got all those out. This door panel is just going to lift up and out, and you need to make sure that you clear the door lock. on this one, we didn't remove the handled bezel here. You can pry it out and it will make it easier to get it off of the door. However, we just didn't do that on this one. Recommend you do pry the door handle bezel out. It'll make it easier for removal. If you have ambient lit handles, leave the wires plugged into the bezel. Quick note, there may be wires attached towards the bottom. If the doors are equipped with matte pocket lights, there will be plenty of slack to be able to disconnect them. Door modules where the new harness will be installed in line between the blue connector here and the door module, and the black connector and the door module here and here. So blue and black is what we're shooting for, and that's where our DDP harnesses are going to plug into, between these two harness connectors and this door module. We're going to start with the black connector, unplug it from the door module. We're going to slide the black connector cover off of the wire terminal block sideways by prying up on the cover and pushing the terminal block out. Alright, so quickly I'm going to show you how to depin this. We just took this factory connector or block off of the factory connector here. So all you're going to do is right here, you're going to come in here with a pick or anything. This is a kind of a shaved down pick. You're going to come in here, just going to pry it in there like so, and then you're going to lift up and pull this out. Okay, and that'll disconnect the female connector from either one of these, white or black. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take what comes in the DDP harness is this other connector block. This corresponds to the DDP harness. If you look at them, the keyway is a little bit different, so you can't mess this up. You can't take this white one and put it on the wrong part of the harness and plug it in correctly. So the keyways are slightly different. If you look at them here, this little tab that's here from the factory is pushed all the way over to the left or to your right, and then this one that comes from DDP is a little bit more centered. So this is a different key as far as connectors are concerned. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our white connector or connector block onto the factory harness, which is going to plug into the DDP harness, and we're simply going to match up the keyways. There's another keyway in here, right in here, so these will only go on one way. You're just going to simply slide it into position. So you hear it click. Now you're going to take the DDP harness and the factory terminal block that you had. You're going to slide it onto the DDP harness. Okay. Now this will plug into this port here. And then the original door harness will now plug into the DDP harness. For those with ambient backlit interior door handles, repeat the same process for the blue connector on the door module. For those without ambient lit handles, like what we have, and using alpha OBD, we're going to unplug the blue connector on the door module. So we're going to come up here and unplug this door module. Okay. Slide the blue cover off of the wire block and insert the wire of the new harness that is labeled 3 into the number 3 position of the wire block. So we'll do the same thing. We're going to slide this connector block by simply inserting our tool, sliding it out. Now it's off. Alright, we're going to take the wire labeled 3 here, and then this one's labeled, I think it's 9. Alright, and you're going to go to the corresponding number on the terminal block. So it has an arrow here, or 1 through 5, and you're just going to find out which one is number 3. So 1, 2, 3. Number 3. These have tabs on the top of them, so make sure you insert them the correct way. It's going to go until this one clicks in. Alright, now we'll go 9. 10, 9. And we're going to slide number 9 in. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and put our terminal block back on. And we're all set to plug this back into the door module. Okay. Alright, at this point, you can go ahead and tidy up this door. And all you're going to do is just zip tie all this stuff back up into place and tidy it up so that it doesn't rattle around and cause you all kinds of trouble. So, however you can find to zip tie it will work. We're just gonna cut these flush. At this point, we're going to put the door panel back on. Everything's kind of connected, tidied up, and it'll be the exact same process for the opposite side on the passenger side that you performed here. So we'll take you through a time lapse on that one, get everything done, and then if you want to skip over to the Alpha OBD programming video, and we'll show you how to program all this to make it function. So everything's back together on the driver's side. You'll see here that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 T20 Torques. We just pushed them in on this one and didn't really worry about screwing them into place, as they're just basically push pins. So we'll go ahead and put you guys in a time lapse, do the other side, and then that way you guys can see everything that goes into the other side as well. We have our running lights on, lights here are on. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, tap that bell notification so you get updated when we upload new content. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next upload.